the Great Teacher. The Farmer and the Seed. Matthew chapter 13 verses 1 to 9. Once, a large crowd had gathered around Jesus. He got into a boat, and people stood on the shore to hear. Then he began telling parables. A farmer went out to sow, and as he was throwing in seeds, some of the seeds landed on the path and were eaten by the birds. Some seeds grew on rocky soil and withered soon, as they did not have deep roots. Some seeds fell among thorny bushes, but couldn't survive long because the thorns choked them. Only those seeds that fell on fertile soil grew healthy. The seeds are like God's words. Some people hear the word of God, but they refuse to believe them. Some people listen for a while, but when life becomes difficult, they turn away from God. Some accepted the word of God, but let themselves be distracted by worldly riches. But there are some who hear the word, keep it in their minds, and hold it in their hearts. They live to honor God. The Prodigal Son. Luke chapter 15 verses 11 to 32. Once, Jesus told a parable about God's forgiveness. There was a man with 2 sons. The younger son requested his inheritance and go far away. Soon, he spent all his money. He even got a job feeding pigs. Sometimes he wished that he could eat the food he was giving to the pigs. He decided to go back to his father and ask for forgiveness. His father hugged him tight and told the servants to give him the finest robe and to prepare a feast for him. The older son was so upset. He worked so hard, but nobody had ever held a feast for him. The father told him, "You are always with me, and all I have is yours. Your brother was lost, and now he is found." The Good Samaritan. Luke chapter 10, verses 29 to 37. Once, someone asked Jesus what the law meant when it says to love God and our neighbor. "Who is my neighbor?" he asked. Jesus told him a parable. A Jewish man was traveling to Jericho. When on his way, robbers attacked him. They stole all his belongings and left him on the side of the road, half dead. A priest walked by but pretended not to see him. Then a Levite man passed by, but he too didn't stop to help the dying man. The next person to come was a Samaritan, who were not friends of the Jews. Unexpectedly, the Samaritan helped the hurt man. He bandaged the man's wounds and took him to an inn. He left money with the innkeeper to look after the man. Jesus asked who he thought was a neighbor to the man. The man replied, "The one who helped him." Then Jesus said, "You should do the same." The Rich Man and Lazarus. Luke chapter 16 verses 19 to 31. There was a rich man who is dressed very nicely and eats very well each day. And in his gate lay a beggar named Lazarus. Lazarus longed to be fed whatever fell from the rich man's table. Both of the men died. The angels carried Lazarus to Abraham's side in heaven. The rich man was sent to hell. While being tormented, the rich man begged Abraham to send Lazarus to dip even just the tip of his finger in water and put it in his tongue to relieve him from his suffering. But Abraham said to the rich man that during his life he received many good things on earth, while Lazarus suffered. He also explained that it is impossible for Lazarus to help him because there was too much distance between them. The rich man then asked Abraham to send Lazarus to his 5 brothers to warn them to change their way of life so that they wouldn't have the same fate as him. Abraham responded that his brothers already have Moses and the prophets. If they do not listen to them, neither will they be persuaded, even if someone rises from the dead.